it's Lori with Positive Things Living, and I'm going to join Rachel at Roxy Creations in her challenge to do 45 minutes from start to finish of a project. So these I've been making, she had the idea of this or had seen it someone else do it. It's a book page that is folded like a double book page that's folded, and then you decorate it and it can go in your journal as a place to journal, a book page to journal. So rather than have you watch me do all the fussy cutting, I did do some ahead of time. And I have scraps, bits and pieces, and these are some of the journaling spots out of book pages that I've already done. Played with some Edith Holden fussy cuts. And now the next 45 minutes, would you like to craft along with me? I'm joining Rachel, as I said, at Roxy Creations, and beginning to end, finishing things. That's the plan anyhow. Here we go. Let's just start with this. Sure, yes, I've already begun. I put some journaling place here, and I need to, my practice so far has been to put something down over this seam. I don't know whether it's necessary or not. I'm doing it. Nah. And up until this point, I've been putting some washi tape. And the idea being that I use up my washi tape. I've had some washi tape for more than 2 years now, and it's starting to have difficulties unrolling it. And from watching videos of other crafters, sometimes that's the case, where the washi tape, the glue on it becomes old. I don't know what the technical term or why or whatever. So I thought to myself, you know what? I'm not going to save it. I'm going to use it. And when it's gone, we'll just trust that I'll be able to get more or find something else to use. Hey, maybe that'll be the case. So I have some of these closures made ahead of time. I've been keeping them since before Christmas, and so I'm going to use them. And the first few that I did, I had made as flips, and I still haven't found a way to do that well, that it's not crooked or that. So the last few that I've done have been just a stationary piece, and as I open it up, you see how it's stationary. So that seems to work well. Sometimes I have a place to put a tag on the back. Sometimes I have just a plain embellishment. Sometimes I have a glassine bag. So we'll see. It's as it occurs to me how to do things. That's what I do. All right. So I'm going to carry on with the practice of not making this into a flip. Therefore, having some glue down is important. So that 3/4 of the embellishment is on the one page. And I've been doing the left page. I suppose I should do some on the right also. But for now, that's the way it is. Yeah, so 45 minutes. It's the longest I've ever done. And for technical issues, I believe what I'll end up doing is 3 15 minutes. I'll just stop the video and I'll piece the 3 pieces together. Yeah, you don't need to know the technical. I don't even know the technical stuff. So it'll just work out that way. It'll be 45 minutes altogether. I spent a lot of time fussy cutting some of the Edith Holden book. So that was interesting. I just watch TV and watch videos of other crafters as I fussy cut. I love spending time with you guys as you craft. It makes me calm. I can learn something. It's fun to see what you're making, and it's also fun to feel connected to the rest of the world as we're all dealing with this mess of COVID and the impact on those we love and strangers and those we love alike. It's not fun at all. So staying calm and staying positive, it's a gift. Thank you for all of you crafting. Also opens up the world as I listen to people from Italy or the UK or Australia or different parts of the US or Canada. It's a gift, isn't it? Just to broaden our world even though we're all stuck at home. What should go on the back? I have nice tall images that will fit nicely. Flowers. That's too tall, but on something else perhaps. This one is a nice, you know what, the more I look at this, I do like this. Let's put this on here. We'll be making more, so that's okay. I think what I'm going to do is use my glue stick for the larger pieces. As I was doing the crafting challenge at Christmas time with Barbara's 49 Dragonflies Christmas collaging challenge, I used most of the time glue stick, and that was a first for me. I haven't had a good relationship with glue sticks, so I wanted to practice a bit and just see what worked for me. And yeah, we're not best friends, but we're friendly. We're friendly now. Okay, putting that down carefully. And I had Uhu glue, and now I'm trying this Craft Bond Extra Strength glue stick. Got it from my local Walmart. And this is working well for me right now, and it's less expensive than Yuhu, whatever it's called, the yellow. And I'm pleased. So there we go. This might be my craft stick. Let me know in the comments below if you use what craft stick you have used that has been good for you. I'm going to have to snip this off if you see the little, it's over the edge a wee bit. Not a lot, just a bit. Okay. Now this one I'm not going to do any inking on the outside. Next one I might. I will sort of switch it up a wee bit. I mean, this has been inked, but that's okay. I'd like to put something here that's interesting. I have an image, so that's good. There's some of this painter's tape. And it's slightly translucent, which makes for an interesting effect sometimes. Maybe I'll just put some of that down and see what happens. So far it's been a quiet day here. We live in an apartment, so we do have children above us, and sometimes they're very energetic and enthusiastic vocally. I've been waiting to do videos just till it quieted down a wee bit. And I've made a new decision this year in 2021. I'm just going to go with it. And if you hear some children in the background, they're good children. They're just children. Yeah. Sometimes I'd like them to go to sleep earlier. But, well, that's not up to me, is it? What do you think of that? I like that. It's pretty. It's a die cut. I have a series of these rectangles with the pretty edges. A series of, sizes. There we go. That's what the bottom layer is, a larger size. If I use this die cut on weaker paper, it does perforate or break apart, but the Edith Holden pages are perfect for this kind of thing, for this paper. Okay, so we have a little bit of a decoration at the back. I think I should put a little bit of this up here. I'm going to do that. For those of you that are married, how has this wonderful time worked out for you? You're spending more time with your spouse? Robert's role, Robert is my husband, he often will travel, but obviously not in this time period. So he does have a place to go to work during the week. I'm very much an introvert. So having time alone, even from my favorite person in the whole world, is healthy for me. And he's very kind and he knows me well enough. So that's what he does. He goes to work somewhere else and then comes home at the end of, when it makes sense. And so we have a chance just to spend time together in the evenings. We've decided that this year, we are married 37 years in May, and just to give ourselves a little bit of a challenge, we're going to try 27 different date nights as husband and wife, and no two can be alike. So we can have one date that's in front of the television watching something, but otherwise we have to challenge ourselves to do something unique and special. And so last night was our first official date night. We had to stay at home because, as all of us are, that's where we are, right? So we decided we'd play a game. We have online friends that are marriage bloggers, and they had a game a few years ago highlighted about using your Scrabble board, just a normal Scrabble board, but starting with a name, your names or your last name or something, and build on that. And so you leave all the letters face up, and you take turns talking about memories that you've had over your years together and laying the word down that sparks the memory. Now, in their suggestion, you're supposed to keep points, etc., but we should do that anyhow when we're playing a game. Points aren't us. It's less me than it is Rob. Rob would be the one that would be a person that's very competitive. So that's what we did last night. We set up our foyer, or for those in Canada or the US, foyer, and had a table in the foyer and had our Scrabble and had some cheese and crackers, and I baked a pumpkin pie, but with Splenda as opposed to regular sugar. And we had our date. We even walked out of the apartment, walked a little bit, and came back in through the door and had our date night and enjoyed that thoroughly. It was fun, just, and you know what? It might sound a little kitschy or a little, I don't know. Yeah. But sometimes doing those sort of things is important. We have to go out of our way to practice dating our spouse, no matter how long we've been married. Now, that was our Friday night, date night together. And it was fun. The year we got married was 1984. So this first date night, we played music from 1984. All the hits from 1984. We were, some might say younger than many when we got married and had children right away. So life became serious quickly. But we'd known each other pretty well. We'd known each other. He was my first boyfriend, actually. Rob was. And first and last, if you want to look at it that way. So we dated for 4 years before we got married. So we knew each other as well as you can. And over the last 37 years, we've sort of grown together. Lots of changes in our life. We moved from one country to another. 2 children, and now they're adults. And I have to say, adult children are awesome. Grandchildren and lots of friends that we've made along the way. Even online friends that we've made and have met in real life now. And that's been a real treat. There's a few that we've met for many years. We wrote, it's still there, I just haven't written for a little while, on a website called Encourage Your Spouse, encourageyourspouse.com. And through marriage blogging, we've met a lot of couples and continue that relationship. I'm thinking this year we'll start writing again because, marriage is hard, especially in this time period. What do you think? Am I finished? Am I finished this one? I think so. A little bit of washi down one side maybe to balance it a wee bit. A more different washi. I organized my more decorative washi in this box. So that's some butterflies maybe? Just have them flittering up and down. This is really more, but you know what? I could do it this way, why not? All right, let's put a few butterflies here. I'm using up the washi this year. I don't know if I like that. I'll leave it for now. We'll see. Okay, one done. From almost beginning to almost end. All right, on to the next one. Next one to finish. This is where I'm getting the book pages from. It's a lovely book. I'm really thrilled. The pages obviously coming out. So I've taken them apart. And someday I'll make a journal. I'm trying to find what year. It's 200,000 of them out there. So 1898. So just at the turn of the century. The paper is wonderful, and it has some really nice illustrations in it also. So that's for something in the future. Okay, here's another one. Here's the next one. Let's work on this one. This page. Truly start to finish this time. All right. What I do is I fold this in first. I'll link to the video where I saw Rachel doing this first, so that you can see how she's done it, because she does it differently. Not the folding, but the decorating. She's using up her scraps and other things in a great way. But I haven't been junk journaling long enough to have that many scraps. And for the journal that I'm working on, it's I'm doing what I can so that it is very few, if not no, sorry, I'm reaching for my ruler. I'm looking for my ruler. No digitals, just to give myself a challenge. The reason I'm saying the reason I'm saying few digitals is because I was working on collaging a scrap envelope, and I happened to put down a piece of paper that was a digital. So that's okay. All right, there we are. There's our place to journal on. And the last one that I made, I didn't do any inking, so this time it's going to be inked. Everything's going to be inked. Just to do something different. What do you do when you watch other people's videos, junk journaling videos? If you are a junk journaler, I'm kind of assuming that's something you're interested in because you're watching, but maybe it's not. But if you are, what are you occupied with when you're watching other junk journalers? Do you work alongside, sort of like crafting with friends? Or is that your time to do fussy cutting or maybe some die cutting? Our granddaughter, she comes to me 3 times a week and will often fall asleep in the morning. And while she sleeps, that's when I'll have videos of other junk journalers on the television. And your voices are usually calming and relaxing. So she sleeps quite well when she hears you. So that's nice, and it occupies my brain watching you. I get ideas and such while she sleeps, and it's okay with her mom that I let her sleep on me as opposed to putting her down. It's going to be such a short period of time as it is. She's getting probably past the age where she would normally do that. So yeah, it's okay for right now. Probably won't even last out the year. They're only young. They're young for such a short amount of time, right? All right. So, journaling spot. Folded the page. Let's put something on the back. Now, let's try something different on the back than the last one. I have this washi. And I really liked it in one of the ones that I had done before, because on the back, I'm just reaching to see if I can find it. See, on the back, I had used a fussy cut of, are they apples, are they pears? I don't know what they are, but it seemed to echo that nicely. So let's use this again and see what happens. What I can find is an image on the back. Unless for this one I could do a glassine bag. I have one sitting here with that in mind. Yeah. Let's see what a glassine bag looks like. Here it is. You can see it through just very faintly. I think that's okay. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Now, let's make sure that this is nicely inked. This is the inking one that we're doing. Do you like to ink? Are you a person that enjoys the tactile aspect of inking? I sort of go back and forth about inking, and yet I feel my eye looks at projects, and when they're inked, they feel more finished. So that's probably my current opinion. I reserve the right to change my mind. Okay, we've got some inking going on here. I'm going to glue it all the way down. Just using old magazines to glue on, as opposed to my mat, which is really kind of, I have washed it, I have used cleaner on it and such, and the glue is, some glue just doesn't come off, and yeah, well, guess that's the case, huh? So I'm determined until I can get a glass mat, I'm going to use something as much as I can to remember to glue things on, or use as an under piece to glue things on first. All right, there we go. Let's use this very disreputable brayer and push it down. And still, perhaps we can find a little something to decorate the back. I like that. That's kind of pretty. It still allows something to be tucked into the back. See if we can find something with a little. I keep picking this up. It has the bees on it. How about this? If I put a little bit of the green painter's tape. Now this green painter's tape comes on a roll. You get a lot. It's very economic. I've actually used it as wrapping paper before. So it's been useful for me anyhow. I'd recommend it. I got mine on Amazon. For a while it wasn't available, but I believe it is now again. Watching the time so that I stick to my timing. Yep, I like that. Put that one down and then this here on top or underneath? On top. Yeah, and then if there's a tag in, it'll show through. Okay. Let's put this down. Make sure it's not gluey. I'm quiet now. Sorry. We've talked about watching videos while we craft, I sometimes craft along with videos. I wear headphones a lot of the day because it's just easier than, listening to the very enthusiastic children upstairs. And so your voices, crafters' voices, are often on my headphones. So I'm working here at my table in front of my windows with you in my ears. That's really nice. I did not ink, and I was going to ink everything. Okay, I'm going to try a trick. Pardon me while I reach into my drawers beside me. I have these, and yes, this is an old Parmesan can. So Catherine at Sunnyside Journals often does this, and I think it's brilliant. She'll use cotton ball, and just very carefully go around the edges of something. Brilliant. So we learn from each other, huh? She does a series. She had 30 minutes of her day, and she's usually working on a journal that is from. She doesn't do digitals. All of her crafting supplies are things she's found in different shops that are discarded. So she's putting historical books. Many of them are from the 1800s or early 1900s. So she does 30 minutes of her day of crafting. And this is one of the things I've learned from her, inking carefully with just the edge of a tool. Okay, so there's ink there. Thank you, Catherine, for that. All right, and I have a bunch of tags that I've made already that can go in places. So, I'll just show you this. This is on a shirt that my husband got, and it was really cool. It fit between two buttons, okay, and just sat there. So I'm going to try this in a journal. So there's something for the future. I'll do that next week. Make a bunch of those. Then you can put buttons on the page and have this little card fit in between the two buttons. All right, so that's the back. This is the front. We're going to put this one here on the front. Should I be putting something first down? I think so. I'm going to go with the green painter's tape on this also. And then possibly put something interesting over top of that. Down. And this I don't need to ink because I don't think it would show up well. And this I do have to ink. I'm going to put my distress ink in front of me, so hopefully it'll remind me. Speak up, huh? If you see me forgetting to ink. We've been getting back to our more healthy way of eating. We sort of became a little lax in it over Christmas. So now Rob and I are back to avoiding sugar as much as we can, even added sugars. We bought some ketchup that is made out of just vegetables, so it's no added sugar. And we don't use a lot of ketchup anyhow, but just to have it around on our hamburger or something, and limiting the number of potatoes, or eating sweet potato instead, or eating no potato. We found a bakery that makes bread that is a high protein, low carb bread. They grind their wheat there every morning as they bake, so that's freshly baked and freshly done ground wheat. What do you think of that there? You could put a nice tall one here. That's pretty. I like that. Yes, that's going to happen. Yeah. Do you plan your meals? Are you a meal planner? I didn't ink it. Okay. Were you yelling at me? Ink it. Don't forget. I have a rotation of certain meals that I make that Rob likes, I like. Fortunately, he's not one that minds eating similar things often. Not fussy at all that way. I'm thrilled. I'm very thankful, because I'm not a adventurous cook. I have been practicing some recipes so that I get better at them in particular. Okay, I think this goes this direction. Or does it go this direction? I think it goes this direction. But it looks better this way. All right. It's going this way, whether it's upside down or not. If you're a meal planner, do you go by what's on special when you buy your ingredients? And then do you look at what's on special and then choose your ingredients? Or do you just decide what you're going to make and go from there? This year I'd like to increase what's in our pantry so we have more non-perishables on hand. I have a feeling that this was the bottom, but I like it better this way. So that's the way it's going to be. Let's put a little bit of green over here. I'm carrying on with my desire to put specific things every day into my day. My yearly word is today. So sending out greetings and practicing my hand lettering every day. There's a challenge that begins the end of January called 100 Days. 100 days of something, and I don't know what it is. I better figure that out. Yeah, so I'll be joining that and using my hand lettering as a spark. I'm just looking for something interesting to go up here. Something small. Stamp. I can't reach the stamps right now, but I think I'll put a stamp up here. I have some stamps from Canada, from Wishes and Weeds, I believe. Yeah, this is, at this point, this one, I should put something up here. Maybe just some washi. I haven't done a lot of washi on this, have I? Just the one at the back. Should I echo it inside? Maybe. Or I need to put something here that's, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing or not. I have fussy cut little things here. From page 74. Let's put that down there. I saw somebody, and I don't remember who, I'm sorry. If I do, I'll figure it out and leave a note somewhere. They used the page numbers, and I thought that's brilliant. Because we like numbers, and tags with numbers on it. And that was the idea. Okay. Here we are. I'm getting a little disorganized. I'm going to have to organize before I begin the next one. Okay. Washi, possibly. I'm going to wait and see. Sometimes I come back and I do more later, just to, yeah, it's like a fresh eye. Do you do that? Okay, there we go. Number 2. See you in a bit with the next one. Hi there, I'm back. When I looked at the time of what's adding up, I realized I don't have time to make another one of these. But that's okay, I have 6 altogether. And that was my goal, to have 6. I'm making 2 different journals using Edith Holden ephemera. So 3 of them will go in one journal, 3 of them will go in the other journal. So that's done now. I'll probably continue to add little bits and pieces as they go into the journal. This is the last one that we did here, and I added I found a small Edith Holden piece of illustration to put there, and you see this is poking up at the top. What it is this page out of Edith Holden, I couldn't bear to cut it up. So I have this, and it's going to go in the glassine bag like so, and it'll show through. And I think what I'll do is I'll just put maybe a page or 2 in here to journal on, so there'll be an extra journaling spot for here, in addition to this. So these are for the first journal, the signatures. This one is getting quite full, so I don't think I'll add more to that. This one needs more embellishment, and my thought is I'll just attach these two with a paper clip to the edge of a page, like this, 1 in each signature. And, so yeah, that's it for this Craft With Me challenge with Roxy at Rachel at Roxy Creations. 45 minutes of getting things done. I don't know what I'm going to do next week. I'll let you know. Take care. It's Lori with Positive Thanks Living. Be well, and I wish you well.